Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you've been following the global tech industry even a little bit lately, you know the race for top-tier engineering talent is just absolutely cutthroat right now. But there's this massive bottleneck, right? A huge gap between theoretical academia and the fast-paced, high-tech global industry. So today, we're going to look at exactly how TMA is building bridges across that gap and literally transforming raw potential into world-class innovation. And it really all starts with one fundamental question. How do we actually turn theory into practice? Because, Vietnam is recognized globally for having just incredible, raw mathematical talent. But here's the thing. The industry doesn't just need whiteboard equations anymore. They desperately need engineers who can build, test, and deploy practical technology in the real world. So how do you take a brilliant student or even a university lecturer and equip them with the hands-on skills the global market is begging for? Okay, let's dive right into exactly how TMA is doing this across 5 key pillars. We're going to start with Vietnamese tech potential, then move through practical antenna R&D, innovating with AI, reaching U.S. universities, and finally, tie it all together with mutually beneficial relationships. So starting off with Pillar 1, Vietnamese tech potential. To really understand the solution here, we have to look at the raw material we're working with. The academic sphere in Vietnam is just brimming with untapped capability. But here's the core problem. These students and lecturers, they have the theory down cold. I mean, they could master the math and physics blindfolded. But when it comes to prototyping, that's the missing link. The domestic university system often faces a real shortage of practical skills, especially in highly specialized fields like antenna engineering. Because knowing the theory is great, but holding a physical prototype that you designed and tested yourself, that is what actually gets you hired. And that brings us to our second pillar and first major bridge, practical antenna R&D. This is a targeted training program designed specifically for university lecturers and students to work directly with top U.S. experts at the TMA Antenna Design Center. And get this, 6 months. That is the duration of TMA's rigorous hands-on antenna training course. And honestly, the best part? It's completely free. This isn't just a quick weekend boot camp. We're talking about half a year of deep, immersive training that gives participants direct access to modern equipment for designing, simulating, and measuring real-world tech.
Under the guidance of top experts like Dr. David Neum, these participants undergo a complete skill set transformation in 4 steps. They take their existing theoretical knowledge, apply it through state-of-the-art simulation tools, and ultimately build real physical prototypes. By the end of this grueling process, they aren't just handed a certificate and sent on their way. No. They are positioned to step directly into high-level R&D jobs. It's basically a direct pipeline straight into the telecommunications industry. But hardware is only one piece of the puzzle. Let's look at Section 3, Innovating with AI. This is where creative ideas are turned into commercial realities. Now, when we say AI here, we aren't just talking about, generating some code. TMA applies AI as an end-to-end safety net across 6 distinct stages of a project's life cycle. It handles the heavy lifting early on, stuff like automating complex patent searches and evaluating commercial viability. Then it stays with the project all the way through, assisting with fundraising, managing operations, protecting intellectual property, and even optimizing modern marketing campaigns to boost conversion rates. It is a completely comprehensive support ecosystem for high-tech startups. Crucially, though, TMA views AI strictly as a strategic partner. They definitely aren't treating it as some magic wand meant to replace human ingenuity. Instead, AI is deployed to automate the grind and predict risks. It shifts a company's workflow from subjective guesswork to highly accurate, data-driven decisions. But as you can imagine, here's the catch. When you're dealing with patents, IP law, and commercial operations, a hallucinating AI is a massive, massive liability. And that's exactly why the system firmly insists on a human in the loop. The AI does the heavy lifting, analyzing massive data sets and all that, but a human expert is strictly required to validate the final step. This ensures total legal compliance and technical accuracy. You just can't skip that step. Moving right along to Section 4, Reaching U.S. Universities. Now we look at the global access pillar through the Talented Minds Agency. This agency acts as the ultimate launchpad. And they go way beyond just, helping fill out college applications. They partner with students starting as early as high school, mapping out their individual strengths to match them with prestigious universities. The ultimate goal here is to build long-term career routes, specifically targeting highly competitive PhD and master's programs in both the US and Australia.
Which brings us to our fifth and final section, mutually beneficial relationships. Everything we've discussed today really relies on this core philosophy of mutual benefit. It creates a perfect closed-loop ecosystem. Think about it. On one hand, ambitious students achieve their dreams, securing vital scholarships and degrees at elite institutions. But on the other hand, global universities and professors win too. Professors with heavily funded R&D projects desperately need capable, hardworking talent to execute their vision. So TMA simply connects the two, ensuring global R&D gets the talent it needs, while Vietnamese students get a world-class education. Win-win, right? Every student has unique potential. It's such a simple statement, but it is literally the bedrock of this entire operation. Whether it's training a lecturer to build an antenna, using AI to protect a startup, or matching a high schooler with a top-tier U.S. university, this massive infrastructure exists to recognize and elevate individual human capability. With the right guidance, they fundamentally believe anyone can exceed expectations. So the question is, are you ready to step into this high-tech future? We've seen exactly how the gap between theoretical knowledge and global industry practice is being bridged today. The infrastructure is there, the training is fully funded, and the global demand for this kind of talent has literally never been higher. The only thing left is for ambitious students and professionals to take that leap. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and as always, keep exploring.